Able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, okay. So, before getting into the session, just a quick intro about me. So, I'm Ashika. I'm having over 8 plus years of experience in the performance testing with LoadRunner, AppDynamics, and Splunk. And apart from that, I do have an experience with JMeter and Nearload as well. And I'm responsible for the end to end performance testing for the past years. So, I'm currently working in Cognizant as a lead. So, that's my quick intro. Can I know about yours?
Yeah, I've been in US from 2000, and
Mhm.
I started my career with IT. And at some point of time, like disturbance happened after nine
Mhm.
eleven. Then I just working at some of the real estate projects.
Okay.
Um, so I was kind of stick to that industry, and all these years went on very well. Recently, I was laid off because they're
Mhm.
trying to implement some AI in product management, one of the
Okay.
software where I was doing like a owner product owner capacity.
Mhm.
So because of that reason, I was laid off, and I'm looking that particular real estate industry is a kind of thing like if you
Mhm.
do your own, you have a lot of opportunities. Otherwise, like it's kind of a multi-family industry. Um, I feel like I'm not welcome anymore because of whatever is happening outside,
Okay.
or with my background or demographic or whatever it may be. So I'm trying to look for other opportunities and open up my software experience and trying to learn like quick fix easy technologies to get onto it with non very much non-technical, or maybe little bit of technical is okay. So that's what I'm
Mhm.
trying to see where I can fit into it. So
Okay, that's good for your initiation. So, like, do you have any background knowledge of performance testing or anything about functional or non-functional testing? Like anything about testing, like how does it goes? Anything, like any word.
yeah, I was not like a very a technical tester, but from last 6 7 years, I've been working on a capacity of a product owner, like one of
Oh,
the
okay.
enterprise management software, because I know I have a lot of domain knowledge, so I know what is in and outs of it. So they don't have any clients; that's only the proprietary software. So I
Okay.
was doing that. So I'm familiar with um, consequences and what are the testing, what's the importance of it, those things. But I don't have any technical knowledge on testing or
Okay.
performance.
Sure, I'll help you with that. So first, without with getting into our performance testing syllabus, we do have many performance testing tools. In that, primarily we are taking class for the load runner. Load runner is one of the performance testing tool. Say suppose we have many performance testing tool like load runner, JMeter, and Neo load. And most in the large enterprises, we go for load runner basis. And for other JMeter and Neo load is an open source that we can download and we can work on with ourselves. That will go for the small companies, and the mid firm companies will go for JMeter and the Neurode. And for the large basis companies and for the large business transactions and for the security purpose like banking and insurance, so all will choose LoadRunner as it is very secured application. So LoadRunner is quite competitive in the market and it is very easy to learn also. Once you have started learning the LoadRunner, it could be easy for you to grab the other two performance testing tools. Say suppose Neoload. Neoload and LoadRunner are both are same. Only the UI difference will be quite different. And JMeter, and for JMeter, you don't have to use any scripting knowledge or the programming knowledge. It's just a drag and drop options there. So JMeter is also one of the easiest thing to learn. So and for load runner is a basic and a major thing. And first we have to complete the load runner, then it could be easy for you to go for the other two performance testing. So first, going with the load runner syllabus, and we do have 12 to 13 classes in this load runner syllabus. And the first introduction classes will be with the performance testing, like the theory classes, like what is performance testing and why actually we need the performance testing, and what is the difference between the functional and the non-functional testing. So suppose we have testing different types, different testing types are there. So we need to cover with the what are the testing types are there, and performance testing comes under what type of test. So we need to cover with the basic background with the theory knowledge of what is testing and performance testing and why do we need it, and what could be happen without we do the performance testing. So what could be the impact without doing that. So those all the things we'll be covering as an introduction to the performance testing class. And the second is the testing concepts. So what are the testing concepts have that does the performance test have? Like what do we cross to get a performance test result? So those all concepts will be using it. And the second is the prerequisite of performance testing. First, we have before we getting into a performance testing and do the testing, we should have some data preparation, and we should have some test environments in the background, and some of the prerequisites we need before we getting starting into performance testing. So all those things we will be seeing and handling it. Like say suppose NFR collection means a non-functional requirement gathering. So non-functional requirement gathering means performance testing comes under non-functional testing. So what are the things we need to start the performance testing? That is the NFR collection and the production versus environment. So once we starting our test, whether we have to see with the production, what is production and what is test environment as is performance testing going to impact. So all those things we'll be checking it. And the workload modeling is say suppose in performance testing we do have like pacing, think time calculations, and everything we do have it to get our expected response time. So those calculations and those methodologies will be saying in here. And user types, what all the user will be handling the performance testing, and there are multiple users. So how users how will perform into performance testing, so that will be seeing here. And test cases will be handling like that. And the performance test type, so performance test type is like we do have multiple performance testing types. Say suppose load test, soak test, scalability, stress, and the volume test. In this load test is we are giving an expected load and we're checking how it is performing. And say likewise, every test have some particular functionality and particular thing is there. So that we will be handling it. And what type of test required for what type of test environment and what type of scenario, so that will be covering into a real time in this real scenario, which performance testing will be helpful for this. So that will be mapping in this performance test types. And here comes our actual load runner part. So 1 to 4 classes will be handling as a theory classes as a basic, like what we required and why we required and how we do gonna do. So and the fifth classes, like in which tool we are going to perform it, in by which way we are going to achieve it. So that is the load runner. So we have to know about what is load runner and what it has and how does it perform and what is actually required to start that test. So all those things we'll be covering into the load runner overview. So in this we have will be giving the introduction to the load runner and what are the advantages of load runner has. And load runner has many protocols in it and many components has it. So those components that we'll be covering in our next class, in our sixth class. So say suppose load runner has three components. One is VUsion, controller, and analyzer. So VUsion is our scripting part where we do all the recording and the scripting parts will go in the VUser part. And the controller or the load generator is a point where we do the test executions. We creating a scenarios. Scenario means we are uploading our scripts into our common platform. That common platform is called as a controller. So how the test execution is happening, so that all test execution will be happening in the controller part. And the analyzer part is a test report downloading part. So we have to know how does the performance of the test has been done. So to check that, we have to download it, the test report using this analysis tool, and we have to analyze the test report. So that is the component of load runner. With the use of the load runner, we can do the end-to-end performance testing. So, in virtual generator, that is the scripting part. So we have to record a script first. If it's a web-based application, say suppose it's a say suppose a Flipkart flow ticket. We have login, we are selecting a product, and we are adding into a cart. Then we are doing a payment, and we are doing a checkout. So this is one flow for ordering one product. So this flow has to be recorded parallelly, and this flow has to be converted into a scripting language. So that purpose we have using Vusion, and converting a manual flow into a scripting, everything is automated. We just have to enhance our scripting. So there is very less of programming knowledge in that. Only we have to know the checkpoints, and we have to know where we have to use the exact load runner functions. So that is the case, and that is a matter we are doing in the Vusion scripting part. Other than that, the programming languages or other complex scriptings, there will be nothing. It's a simple scripting. So in our recording a script, we'll be saying like how to record a HTTP script, that is protocols. We do have multiple protocols in our load runner. One of the protocols and very commonly used protocol is web protocol, that is HTTP and HTML protocol. So we will be handling many protocols also, but we are giving main importance to this HTTP and HTML protocol. So that demo will be given. And the recording types, like what are the recording types, we do have it. We have HTML recording type and the URL based recording type. So we'll be handling each thing. And the recording options, we say suppose if you are recording one flow, we'll be getting some errors in that, some browser errors, some recording proxy errors will be getting. So how to fix all those errors, so that options will be handling the recording options. And the various script selections, say suppose we have for multiple protocols, we have to select according to the requirement, you have to select our protocols. So we have to know like for this requirement you have to choose this protocol. So that will be handling here. And how to hide the transaction names and the commands. What is a transaction here is, say suppose I'm logging into a website, so that login is one of the login is called as a transaction here. We don't actually call it as a login add to cart, we say that login transaction. And adding cart is a transaction. So how to add this transaction while recording, and how to do a comment while doing a recording for our understanding. So regenerating a script, say suppose if we are using HTML script, but I want to convert it to an URL, so I have to regenerate it to a URL base. So how does it forming? So everything comes under this section for the recording script. With knowing all these, you can able to record, and you can debug any errors which you are be facing while recording. So this is in the seventh class. And from this sixth class, everything will be in hands-on demo class only. From five only, this is a theory class. From sixth onwards, it's a practical hands-on classes you will be handling with me. uh, and you will be handling in knowing like what we are going to do it. So everything will be in side to side classes. So, and after our recording is done, then we have to go for our scripting enhancement works. Here comes an actual scripting work after recording. So, parameterization, that is one of the scripting work, and the correlation. So, these two are the major scripting works. For every script, we have to do this basic two. So, we have to handle this. We have different types of parameters, and I will be teaching every parameter types, and how to set the parameter properties for each of the scenarios, and the file types, and using how to use the parameters into a script, how to import it. So everything will be handling this parameter types. And the correlation is it's a server returned data. So the parameterization is a user giving value to the server, and correlation is a server returning the response. So those is called these are the major two things that will be handling in our performance testing. So in correlation also, we'll be comparing we use the scripts like what happened when you don't do the correlation. So that changes and that understanding will be given, and identifying like which value I need to be correlated, so that could be given trait. And what are the types of correlation are there? We do have auto correlation and we do have manual. Auto correlation means it will automatically capture the value and will do the correlation. And the manual is we have to find the value for which we need to correlate, and we will be giving a load runner function there to make it a correlation. So that could be going on there. And that's it about correlation. And enhancing the user script. Okay, one is parameterization, and correlation is a basic scripting. Other than that, we do have an other performance also. Say suppose of text assertions are there, we have to know whether this request is getting the proper response. We have to give the assertions there. So all those enhancement will be going on with the test scripts. according to our requirement, or if you have to do it a complete script, we do have an other performance also. So that will be given the script. In enhancement we use script, we'll be giving a complete script, the script will be completing here. And this error handling and the rendiness point. Error handling means, if say suppose if I'm giving a response, if I'm getting one response there, I have to check whether this response is correct or not. I have to validate that. So that validation is called as an error handling. So rendiness point is also one of the thing, like where the user come to one point and they will start the other set of works coordinatedly or unitedly. So that is rent investment that I'll be teaching you in a practical way. And once all scripting has been done and we are good with scripting and scripting is passing with no error, then we are ready to do the script execution. Before getting into an execution, we have to set up our script. So that setuping script, that is called as a runtime settings. Runtime settings means how my script should perform while it is running. So that is called runtime settings. Pacing means the time between one iteration to the other iteration. How many iteration means the complete one run. How many time I should be given from one run to another time. So that will be defining. And we do have other configuration logs also. So that all logs will be seeing, and think time. Everything we are defining into the script, or we are telling the script like how you should perform while execution. So that is runtime settings, and all settings will be covered there. And I said like we have another component called controller. We are coming to this controller now. We are done with fusion now. Now we are going to the controller part. So controller is a thing where we are creating a scenarios. That is, we are uploading our Redis script into a test environment to run that test into a execution. That is load test, or whatever the test is. We are making that script into testing part. So that place is called as a controller. It is the place where we do the test executions. So to do that executions, we have to create a folder. That folder is called as a scenario. Like we do have many types of scenario according to our test. So we'll be covering like what types of scenario, and for each type of scenario what type of test should be performed. So that all be combining with it. And service level agreement, SLAs, that is an expected value, that value we should be achieving, that is SLA. And we can also plan a scenario rather than giving a manual test run. We can also make that a scheduling to run in a future date and a future time. So that scenario scheduling will be going on with this. So once our scheduling scenario is done, and we are good with our test script scenarios, and we are added our scripts to our scenario, and we are giving the scenario settings, and we are configuring the scenario schedule, and everything is done, we are good for the test execution now. So that test execution comes now. So here we have to monitor our test. Once our test has been started, then we have to check whether the script is working under control, the response time is good, and all other performance metrics are there. So all those performance metrics are under control, or any no bottlenecks are going. So everything will be covering this test execution. And the result analysis. Once our test execution has been completed, then we have to go with the result analysis. Like we are checking our test executed has been completed, and what is the exact test result of it, whether we have faced any failures or not, and what is the failure count, what is the average of this test run. So everything will be analyzing using this analysis tool. So working with the graphs, after opening our test scenario, I mean like our test report in an analyzer, we have many graphs to understand it in a better way. So for every graphs we will be covering. So what all the every graphs represent, and what is it is called, and how to drill it out, and how to filter it out into our testing time. So all those will be going with the performance graphs. So and then the test report and the final. So how we should represent our test report to our client. So, what are the things should be included in our test report, and what should be observed, and what should be highlighted, and everything will be handling in the test report in a very practical way that is very similar to the IT presenting way. And the next is the real time project walkthrough. So I will be giving a project scenario to you, and you will be handling an end to end performance testing, like right from the gathering to the test reporting. You will be handling, and you I'll be guiding you, and you will be completing, and you will be getting a confidence of performance testing, and you'll be ready to do your individual project contribution. So that will be going on, and we both will be going to evaluate your performance test report, like what should be highlighted and what should be given importance and what are the things you are strong in. So those evaluation will be going on the second part. And last is interview questions and the training. So I'll be giving the practical interview questions to you, like how the current market peoples are asking the interview questions, like in what part you have to give importance and how to prepare for the interview. So all those training will be given in the interview questions part. So it's like a complete package. Once you have started this course, you'll be able to get a confidence for end-to-end performance testing with the futuristic way of giving interview preparation and the training for it. In resume also you can give your project evaluation, like I have done this individual project like this. So you don't have to represent yourself as a fresher or yourself as a learner. You can give represent yourself as like I have done this project individually. So that kind of a training will be given, and will be very confident in performance testing. So it's kind of a 21-day class. That's it from my end.
Okay, yeah. So the classes will be conducted Monday to Friday or some alternative days, or how the schedule?
That's completely upon your flexible time. I'm flexible of time and the dates. Like in on your available date and time, we can able to schedule it. That's completely upon you.
Okay. So overall, you said it's 21 days, right?
Yeah, it's the 21 days.
Oh, okay. It's based on number of hours, or like total like curriculum is planned according to the number of hours, or how does it work?
We can go with hours also, or we can go with days also. That yeah, that is also, yeah, we are very flexible here. That everything is comes under the candidature only. For me, going with 1 hour or 2 hour is also fine. We can able to complete it and go it very fastly, or we can go with our weekly classes also. That is also fine.
Okay. Do you have an option like weekends, like only Saturday, Sundays only, or?
Yeah, that also fine. We can go on the weekend classes also.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. Um, is it possible to share this syllabus, or whatever the
Yes, I
contents
can
of it?
share you. Yeah, I can share you for your reference. You can go through it.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
And in the end, I'll be also giving a short uh, summary of performance testing of what we have covered in our classes, and with the every URL to download software and other all handbook will be given on the performance testing in the for in the every end the class, in every class end we'll be giving an handbook for you also, like what we
Oh,
covered in the present class and what is our next class and what you should be prepared for our next class and what you can expect in our next class. So every class end I'll be giving you an handbook.
okay. So I don't have to take any notes or anything. So I have to go through that handbook is adequate.
That, yeah, that is also fine for your future interview reference. You can keep that also, or else if you want to take notes of for your understanding, you can take on your own language or your own your understanding. That's upon you. But for me, from my side, I'll be giving you an handbook.
Okay, wonderful. Um, yeah, yeah. I think I don't have any questions at this point. Um, Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So for the other class details and the enrollment, you can call for it.
Shoaib?
And for other class enrollment and other queries, you can contact the academy.
Yeah, yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.